Hi, my name is Sean Tione, and this is my business, Loop Cookie Company. The problem that I was facing at the beginning of the semester was having no inkling or clue about how a business runs. I didn't know what was required, some of the startup costs, as well as the general operations in order to make sure that the business is flowing and running smoothly. What was I going to do? I had plenty of ideas, but majority of my ideas would take normally and in general 3 to 5 years to come up with a certain prototype to put out in the market. A lot of them were too difficult to pull off in this time period of this semester, and I really wanted to do something that I could make and sell that was tangible and that could give me results that I could jot down and keep track of. The solution that I came up with was before I met my wife, and in our dating period, she would make these amazing cookies that was really well known in the community. I figured this was something that was simple, this was something that was easy to make, and this was something that was easy to track. And by that, I mean figuring out what was needed to create the cookies in terms of expenses and ingredients, as well as tracking the revenue or the sales. And by taking these two variables into consideration, figuring out what profit we would make. This was perfect for getting a feel for business and dipping our toes in the waters of the entrepreneurship world, as well as the sweet tooth demographic is worldwide. So, although we were studying in Hawaii, we decided to move to New Zealand throughout the semester, and that was where were staying at. And we thought everybody loves cookies. A quick background story: Timo, to my left, is the person who created this recipe and was someone that was well known in my wife's family for snacking on cookies. In 2016, my dear beloved cousin in law, Timo, passed away from a heart attack. And so, this is a recipe that we hold dear to our hearts and we take great pride in. The market opportunity. We decided to throw out a poll on Instagram or social media whether if we were to sell cookies in New Zealand, would they be something that people want? And 100% were for the cookie business. So, with that in mind, we decided that we were going to offer a taste of Hawaii in New Zealand. We found a local US store near us that had ingredients that my wife used here, but we decided to add a New Zealand twist, and that was to add Whitaker's chocolate at the top, as you can see in the photos. These are actual photos of our cookies. We decided to do a mock sale with limited orders, that being 50 with four palm sized cookies for $10. We sold out in just 15 minutes. And our main source of marketing these cookies was social media, Instagram and Facebook. Our competition at the time was Cookie Kitchen. Their weakness was that their price was far too high, but their strength was that they had a large range of cookies and not just chocolate chip, which was what we were selling. Miss Higgins Oven Fresh cookies. They had great cookies and they were large and fairly priced, but their weakness was in the reviews. They did not have great reviews. Mustache cookies, however, these were probably the best cookie place that we could find in the area, but they were a 45-minute drive south. They had great cookies as well as great feedback, but their one weakness was their location of shop. It was not very accessible and was a far ways from General City and the large demographic areas. These were our financials. We decided that every planned sale we would restock in these certain expenses. Whitaker's chocolate, Nestle chocolate buds, flour, sugar, oil, butter, vanilla extract, and eggs. These total expenses on every planned sale would equal $146. Our revenue, however, because we had such great success with the mock sale, we decided to bump our price to $12. And we figured that 100 orders in one sale was something that we could do. One order was four cookies for $12, leaving that with a total revenue of $1,200, not taking into consideration tips that were given to us, as well as people paying us a little more for our cookies because they were so delicious. Taking that into consideration, our profit was 1,053 and 42 cents. Considering that this was just a side hustle and something that we wanted to test drive, this was great success. In terms of business operations, the baker and person in charge of finance was Lakin Tione, who is my wife. Marketing and the person in charge of making sure our business was broadcasted to everybody was me. And I used Instagram and Facebook, some marketing platforms that are free and well known to everybody. Business owners were Lakin and myself. What I would do if I won the $1,000, we figured out that baking these 100 orders every planned sale took all day. And that was because we only had two small ovens that were in our small home that we were renting at the time. We decided that if we won this $1,000, we would invest in a commercial oven, and that would lead us to make more orders, creating more money, and in a shorter period of time with higher sufficiency. Thank you so much for listening, and I really hope you enjoyed.